Oh, I lost it. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Nikki Cloyd. I thought I'd take this time to introduce myself and let everyone know who's really in charge of Sullivan High School. It is important that you get to know me and stay on my good side. Some gift ideas
Hey,
are.
what are you doing?
I was just taking.
No, get out of here.
Bye,
I told you to
everybody.
stay out of my office. I don't know why. Joke's on you. I'm going to have Mark edit all this out anyway, so whatever. Good evening. This is Mr. Allen, principal of Sullivan High School. You or your parents may recognize me from such works as principal at Sullivan Elementary School or social studies teacher at Sullivan High School. Just to give you a little idea about the purpose of this meeting, we are basically just here to give you ideas of classes and other opportunities that will be available to you when you get to high school, also to give you some ideas of what your high school experience will be like. Uh, all students should have already received a course description book from the counselors. After I get done here, they will talk a little bit about the nuts and bolts of what you will be doing academically in high school. Teachers will then discuss individual programs, help you decide if that is a direction you would like to go, and we'll have some discussion about extracurricular activities that will be available to you next year and in your later years in high school. Upon completions of tonight's program, I encourage you to have discussions with the parents or guardians about the courses that you would like to take next year. Before I hand it over, I do want to give you some of my thoughts regarding high school. This is kind of a mark of a new stage of your life. It is a major change from middle school. Because you are older, you're going to have a little more independence, but you're also going to have higher expectations when it comes to academics and behavior, not just with administration and staff, but even with other students and older students regarding behavior in the school. Um, like I said, you will get more freedoms, you will get more opportunities, but with that, of course, comes more responsibilities. Not to get too Spider-Man on you here. We are currently working to increase the number of upper level and vocational opportunities that will be available for you later on in your high school careers, hoping to offer more AP and dual credit courses. Um, and one of the things I want to strongly encourage you to make sure you don't do is fall behind. You're going to have a little bit heavier of a workload. Again, more expectations and more things are going to fall on you without as much uh, teachers forcing you to do things. And so it is very important for you to stay on top of your homework, make sure that you are studying and doing what you are expected to do. If you take a week off or whatever, you can dig yourself a pretty big hole that can be very, very difficult to get out of. Also, you're going to get some nifty incentives hopefully next year. We're not 100% sure what next year is going to look like, but we hope we return to some normalcy. If that is the case, we will start doing our early leave incentive, where as long as you are doing well academically and behaviorally, you will be able to leave at 2:30 on Fridays, about 45 minutes early, as long as your parents have signed a waiver for you to actually be able to leave school grounds. Again, there are a lot of changes, but we, and parents included, are here to help you with those adjustments. That goes for your teachers, the office staff, anybody you run into. We're very helpful within the school, and we all want to see you succeed. So there's always somebody there to help you. Before I hand this over, I do want to give a little bit of advice. I want to encourage you all to get involved. When I think of my high school days, it's not always the classroom work that comes up first or my social life. A lot of times it is the activities that I was involved in, whether it was Scholastic Bowl, band, basketball, baseball, student council, and numerous other activities that I was involved in. Those are the things that I typically think of when I think about my high school life. You have 4 years where you're going to get to experience opportunities that you'll never get the opportunity to experience again. Um, to be honest with you, when I look back at my high school days, one of the things that I regret doing, one of the very few activities I was not involved in was football. And, you have 4 years to play under the Friday night lights in front of a crowd, and I'll never get the opportunity to do that again. So I'm not saying do everything, but I am saying make sure that you get involved in something because, again, this is a unique opportunity that you likely will never get again in your life. So take advantage of it. Um, Make the most of your high school years, work hard, enjoy your time. We like to have a lot of fun in the school, but we also have very high expectations for our students. So I bear that in mind. We want to set you up for success. I would now like to welcome Mrs. Alva and Mrs. Collins, who are our high school counselors. Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm Miss Alva, and I primarily work with the sophomores and seniors.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Collins, and I'll be working with the freshmen and juniors next year.
Welcome, class of 2025, the one where you go to high school. Here are your graduation requirements. Students are required to take 27 credits for graduation. 4 credits for English, 3 credits for math, 3 credits for science, 2.5 credits for social studies, 4 credits for PE, half a credit for health, half a credit for driver's education, half a credit for consumer economics, 1 credit for art, music, foreign language, or vocational. Electives, 8 credits. Students are required to report 25 service hours. These are volunteer hours that are tracked and documented by the student's counselor. Additional state of Illinois graduation requirements include taking the SAT exam, student's junior year, and completing the free application for federal student aid, also known as the FAFSA. Students will be required to take a course from each subject: English, English 1, or Honors English. Please see the course description book for placement criteria. Math, Algebra 1 concepts, Algebra 1 or geometry. Please see the course description book for placement criteria. Social studies, world geography. Science, life science, or biology. Please see course description book for placement criteria. PE, athletic for students who are involved in athletics, and rec PE for the rest. Driver's ed, prioritized by date of birth.
Students will be allowed to take 3 credits worth of electives. Their options are, for social studies electives, early world history or modern world history. For world language, we have Spanish 1. For our business and technology, we have Intro to Business Economics, Intro to Business Finance, Computer Concepts, and Digital Media. In Family and Consumer Science, we have Intro to Family and Consumer Science, Culinary Arts 1, Parenting, and Child Development. For Industrial Technology, we have Orientation to Technology, and for Agriculture, we have our Intro to Ag class. Additional electives that freshmen can take in music are our singers and show choir, concert choir, band, percussion ensemble, and intro to guitar. There's also Art 1, and our life skills class, which are study skills, English lab, math lab, and resource.
Students have the opportunity to waive PE if they are participating in athletics, grades 11 and 12, or marching band, not percussion, guitar, or instrumental music, if they are participating in show choir for all grade levels, excluding concert choir, or if the student has medical documentation.
Some helpful tips that we recommend for all students are to keep a calendar or a planner to stay organized. This can be done electronically or with paper planner. We also recommend that students check and read their emails frequently, and even sorting their emails with different folders for different subjects within their Gmail account. It's always important that students learn to talk to their teachers about their concerns and advocate for themselves when it comes to their educational needs. Additionally, stay on top of all of your assignments so that way you don't get behind academically. Get involved in different extracurriculars. It's what's going to help make your career here exciting and help you make new friends. And then, as always, ask for help. Everybody here in this building is here to help you out and make sure that you're successful.
Sullivan Schools. I'm new this year, which means next year will be my second year. Let me tell you how you can get more involved with Sullivan Bands. First, let's talk about band. The high school band is one of the most visible organizations in the school due to all the events we get to be involved in. In the fall, we do marching band with the newly realized Pride of the Tribe. This group will support the Sullivan football team, as well as do parades around the community and in surrounding areas. We also get to do the home basketball games for our boys and girls basketball teams. If you so choose, you can also join the new competitive marching band we have coming this school year. There are evening rehearsals and weekend performances, and you get to spend some time with some pretty neat people. Also, if you're a former band member and you are thinking about joining back up, we would love to have you. Be sure to sign up for the band as one of your electives, and we can get you squared away with an instrument, no matter what. We want your talent to be involved with Sullivan Bands to make a positive impact on the school culture and spirit. Well, maybe you've never been in band before. That's too bad. But have we got the opportunity for you? Do you like to hit things? Like, really hit things? No. Seriously. Well, have we got the class for you? If you can keep a beat and love music, join us for percussion ensemble class. We learn how to hit all kinds of things, from drums to mallets to boom whackers to even the tiniest cymbals. If you have any interest in joining the band and have even the littlest band experience, this is the class for you. Please see Mr. Tripp if this interests you. We would certainly love to have you. Well, maybe you don't like playing an instrument, but you still want to be a part of the band? We have a great color guard group that we would love to have you join. You would get to perform with the band at football games as well as competitions. Coach Haley is ready to work with you, even if you have no experience at all. We want you to be a part of the Sullivan Color Guard. Finally, maybe you don't want to be in a traditional band, but you want to start a band in your garage. These guys did it. Then look no further than the Intro to Guitar class. Yeah! No musical experience is necessary. We will teach you everything you need to know and then some. We can also provide you with a guitar if you don't have your own. This class will look at both the classical style of playing guitar and strumming style as well. We can sprinkle in some soloing too. If you have ever wanted to learn to play the guitar, this is the class to you. Join today, and may the legend of rock be with you. There are so many ways you can have a positive impact on the culture of the school, and we hope you choose Sullivan Bands for your next elective class. I sincerely hope that you have a great rest of your 8th grade year and that you can join us in one of several opportunities for the 2021-22 school year. Thanks again, and go Tribe!
This is for the class Orientation to Technology. Now, you may be asking, what is Orientation to Technology? It is the introductory shop class that we have at our school, and any grade can do it. It is recommended that freshmen take it though, so they can move up through the levels. And it's just where we go out and we learn how to do all different shop things. Like, first off, everyone has to learn all of the different hand tools and how to use them. Secondly, we are going to learn all of the power tools and how those all work. And then what you actually do with this information is during the first semester, you are only limited to hand tools. And what you'll do then is you'll different joints, you're going to make a shelf, and then you're going to make a little box using the joints that you did previously. And then during the second semester, this is when things start to get really fun because you're allowed to use power tools. You're going to make a cutting board, a CO2 car, trebuchets, bridges, and then hopefully you'll get to the rockets at the end of the year. By taking this class, it opens up a few other paths that you can go in this area. You could take CAD, and it is a blueprint software system that you do on the computers. And what you do is you take various blueprints and you put in how they're supposed to be put in, the different dimensions and stuff, and it comes up as a 3D object that you can then look at. There will also be the choice to take welding, and what welding is it's just a course where you learn all the different methods and techniques and kinds of welding. You will also learn how to use a cutting torch and how to braze, and it's just very useful things to know. Now, some other things, there are 4 different levels of shop that you can go through. There are 2 of welding and 2 of CAD. You can only do welding and CAD when you are a junior or a senior, but it is still something to look forward to if you are interested in those. And these classes, whether or not you want to do something related to this field, are very useful. Because it is useful to know how to use tools, and it is useful to know how to weld and do blueprints and stuff. And this class will also help you with your math skills because you need to know a lot of math stuff to actually do the things that you need to do. And another very important skill that you will learn is how to read a tape measure. It's a lot more complicated than one may think. And overall, the class is actually really fun. Like, in our downtime, these kids were playing Jenga with their cutting board pieces because they didn't have time to really do anything else. So it's just stuff like that that make the class more enjoyable and fun. And if you're on the edge about taking it, I would really consider it because it does open up a lot of opportunities. And it is very useful knowledge to have in everyday life. And it's just something that you will use whenever you leave high school.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Britton, inviting you to explore the options that the business department has for freshmen at Sullivan High School. Intro to Business Economics and Intro to Business Finance are each semester-long courses for 9th and 10th graders. In economics, we learn about goods and services, needs and wants, imports, exports, tariffs, international trade, as well as a careers unit. In finance, we learn how to keep a checkbook, the value of a savings account, how to budget your money, and explore investment options such as stocks and bonds. These classes are a great way to learn about life before getting that first job. Paired with Driver's Ed is a quarter class called Digital Literacy, where we discuss digital media, online communities, using information online without plagiarizing, and cyberbullying. As you go through high school, you may be interested in taking accounting, entrepreneurship and business management, yearbook, or workplace experience. But those are classes that we can discuss at a later time. If you have any questions, please send me an email.
Hi, my name is Senora King, and I'm honored to be a Spanish teacher here at Sullivan High School. Taking Spanish will provide you with a wide range of opportunities for your future. Not only will you learn grammar and culture, but you will also be able to communicate as a native speaker by the time you graduate high school. Introductory classes include Spanish 1 and 2. Advanced classes include Spanish 3 and Latin American Studies. And we also offer advanced placement and dual credit, which will count towards college credit. You can expect to get a head start in the job market while communicating with 450 million new people. Please check out what the students have to say about the curriculum here at Sullivan High School.
Hello, I'm Hannah Ryder, and I'm a freshman taking Spanish 1. Spanish 1 is a great class, and I recommend anybody to take it. Senora King is such a great teacher. She explains the curriculum very well, and it's pretty easy to understand as long as you pay attention. This class has become one of my favorite classes, and I can't wait to move on to Spanish 2. Senora King just makes the class really fun and engaging, and trust me, it'll help you with your college and future career, so it'll definitely be worth your while if you decide to take this class.
Hi, my name is Jessie Kirk. I'm currently a junior in high school and I'm Spanish 3. I love Spanish for a number of reasons, but my most important one is how interactive Spanish is. All of my classes all day we're sitting in the desk and we're doing notes and we take homework home. We do notes, homework. When I get to Spanish, we may learn 15, 20 different words that day, but following learning, we play 5, 10 different games just to memorize those words, and by the time the games are over, you know the words, and it feels like you haven't even learned anything. I hope that you guys decide to do Spanish. I love Spanish, and I hope you guys do too.
Hi, my name is Alexa Hauser, and I just wanted to talk about how much I love taking the Latin American Studies course. Not only do you learn about, just Spanish and, you're practicing Spanish all the time, you're also learning about cultures, and it's just stuff you don't really get to hear that often in Spanish class. And it's just so interesting. You get to cook all the time, eat, and just do a lot of hands-on activities, and I think it's a really, really, really good class to take if you're interested in that.
Hi, my name is Reagan Kraus, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about why you should take Latin American Studies as a junior or senior. So the name of the class is Latin American Studies, and it might sound like it's just a regular, boring history class, but it's so much more than that. Senora King incorporates elements of art, music, and just overall cultural aspects that you don't get in any other class in high school. And it has helped me so much in preparing for AP Spanish. Even though I took it last year as a junior, I've remembered a lot of the information that I learned, and it gives you a greater understanding of Latin American culture as a whole.
Hi everyone, my name is Zoe Walton and I'm a current senior at Sullivan High School. I'm on my 4th year of Spanish right now, and last year I decided to take the Latin American Studies course, which was so much fun. I highly recommend it. There are so many new things you can learn in that about other cultures that you haven't even heard of before. Not only that, but you get to learn so many things about your own. There's so many topics you can talk about: friends, family, food, even hygiene, and this stuff dates back to centuries ago, not just today. So you get to learn about where you came from, where your grandparents came from. It's so much fun. There's always something new to learn, and I really hope you consider taking this class.
Hello, my name is Brody Goss. I graduated from Sullivan High School in 2019, and right now I'm attending the University of Nebraska at Omaha. In high school, I was a big fan of Senora King's classes. They weren't super easy, but I think they're a necessary challenge. I was lucky enough to get a 4 on the AP test, which has cleared 16 credit hours worth of classes from my college schedule, which has helped me out tremendously. If I would recommend taking AP Spanish or Spanish in general, not just for the benefits it gives you in life, but you can have it on numerous applications for scholarships or for jobs. I've had numerous employers or scholarship people tell me, hey, that is really great that you can say that you're bilingual on your application or anything like that. So I would recommend it definitely because it teaches you discipline, but more than that, any trouble it gives you in high school, it saves you way more than that down the line. So don't let anybody tell you it's not worth it.
Hey guys, my name is Dalton Rogers, and I graduated the class of 2019 at Sullivan. I am currently attending Dominican University in River Forest, Illinois, majoring in biochemistry with a minor in Spanish translation. And I would like to say that you should definitely take Senora King's class because she is an amazing professor who cares about every one of her students. And learning a new language like Spanish opens so many doors, so many new opportunities.
Good evening. My name is Grant King, and I'm a proud graduate of Sullivan High School, class of 2016. Tonight, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my experience taking high school Spanish and how that impacted my college career and my professional career. Let me first start by saying that Spanish here at Sullivan is taught at a world-class level by a world-class teacher. and it's easily been one of the best decisions I've ever made. Starting with how it impacted my college career, before I even set foot on a college campus, I was able to transfer 13 credits to count towards my minor in Spanish. What that means is I was also able to save $13,000 as a result. And this is all thanks to my performance on the AP exam and my decision to take dual credit through Lakeland, both of which you can expect to do in Spanish 4. Not only was I able to save a little bit of money and transfer some credits towards my minor, but I felt very ready for all of my college classes and was able to take classes like Spanish in the business world, Hispanic literature, Hispanic language and culture, and was able to pass those classes with flying colors. Again, thanks to the world-class level from a world-class teacher. Not only did it impact my college career, but it's even trickled over to my professional career. It made me a more competitive applicant for various jobs that I applied for once I was graduating college. One of the most common questions that I get in any job interview, and you'll likely experience the same, is why should we choose you over someone else? Or what makes you different than everyone else? And thanks to knowing another language, my response was simple. I speak 2 languages, which allows me to speak to twice as many people as everyone else. Therefore, it makes me twice as valuable. Taking Spanish in Sullivan was easily one of the best decisions that I've ever made. It's a sure bet for those of you who are looking for any guarantee, and definitely will pay off as long as you put in the work. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Hi everyone, my name is Ms. Hanson and I am the Family and Consumer Sciences teacher here at Sullivan High School. I wanted to talk with you a little bit about the classes that I teach. So why should you choose to take Family and Consumer Sciences? We do a lot of really fun things in class, but each of these things we do in class has a purpose. One day, way in the future, you are going to want to live on your own, and the skills that I'm teaching you are going to help you get there. A lot of the things that I do in my classes are hands-on skills, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what we do in each of my classes. I offer quite a few different classes, and so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about each one. Family and Consumer Sciences covers a broad spectrum of topics. We start out with the introduction of Family and Consumer Sciences, and we go through each of the topics. We start off talking a little bit about personal growth and how to become the best person of yourself that you can be. And then we move on to some clothing and textiles. So clothing and textiles, you get to make fun little projects like this. We do some hand sewing, we talk about how your clothes are important to your personality, and we go from there. The next topic is foods and nutrition, and we're going to do a little bit of a lab together with things like this. So my class is making salsa currently, so you get to spend time with me in class cooking. We also cover parenting, a little bit of child development, and we talk about how to be in relationships with other people, how to have good friendships, and so on. Introduction to Family and Consumer Sciences is required before you can take any of my other classes, so make sure you check it out. Another option you have with me after you take Introduction to Family and Consumer Sciences is all about food. So Culinary Arts 1 teaches kitchen safety and sanitation, how to use a knife correctly. So we do a lot of really fun skills. It involves making Play-Doh. But this is where the salsa comes in handy. We also do quite a bit of cooking in this class. Once you take Culinary Arts 1, you can take Culinary Arts 2. In Culinary Arts 2, we continue talking about different cooking methods. So this includes a lot of really fun labs. And then we also talk about baking. So cake decorating is involved with this as well. I really love my culinary classes, and it's really fun to get to smell all the food and eat all of the food that you make. The next class is parenting, and we get to use these fun things right here. In parenting, we talk about the skills that you need to parent, and we get to use the infant simulators to discover what a newborn is like Yes, these turn on, they are robotic babies, but they're a lot of fun to do in class, and we use them for a lot of great activities. I also teach child development. Now, child development is a required class before you move on to child and daycare services. Child development, we talk about infants through school-age kids, and we do a lot of fun activities to determine what's developmentally appropriate. For example, this week in my class, students were rolling around on the floor, crawling up and down the hallways, sitting and playing with toys. And this week they will be working on toddlers and how frustrated toddlers get. So they're going to be doing a lot of cutting, coloring, and playing games. Child development is a really great class that we get to use way more hands-on activities than any other class. So after you take child development, child and daycare services is the next option. Child and daycare services is the class where we will spend time in class creating lessons for kids, early childhood kids. And yes, you actually teach them. You are creating lessons. You are the teacher. So we do a really cool thing where we send you over to the elementary school, and hopefully someday we'll be able to have kids come back and we will have an actual daycare for them. But you're going to learn really great skills, and if you're interested in being a teacher at all, this is the class for you. I teach you how to do lesson plans. I teach you how to create a well-rounded curriculum as a teacher. It's going to be a blast. I do have one required class, so at some point every single one of you is going to see me for consumer economics, where we talk about money. So in consumer ec, I teach you how to manage your money as an adult. You won't take this until you're a junior or a senior, but we talk about budgeting, we talk about taxes, we talk about how to buy a house, how to buy a car, how to make good decisions with what we're purchasing. It's really important to take this class so that you are prepared for what life brings you. Yes, we talk about credit cards and student loans, because I wish somebody would have told me more about student loans. So I look forward to seeing all of you in consumer economics. The last thing that I want to talk to you about is the fact that I also am in charge of FCCLA. FCCLA stands for Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America, and we do really fun things by taking the skills you've learned in my classes and using it in a club for the community. So at Christmas time, we sell candy grams, which are candy canes with a note tied to them that you can send to your friends. We're also going to be starting up a couple of sewing projects that are going to benefit the community. Another fun thing that we do is you can compete at both the local, state, and national level. We have a couple of girls that are going to be heading to nationals this year, and I'm so excited for them. You can compete in all kinds of things like lesson planning, cake decorating, knife skills, sewing, interior design. There's everything that you could ever imagine. So be sure to check out FCCLA as well. Even if you're not taking one of my classes, we would still love to have you. I hope you consider taking an FCS class this year.
Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Kirby and I am one of the 2 social studies teachers here at Sullivan High School, and I'm going to share with you some of the information about the extracurriculars that we have in our social studies department, as well as my own 2 personal extracurriculars. I do student travel and then student council. So I will be sharing with you a PowerPoint and going over that information in my segment of this video. I'm just going to share my screen here real quickly. Okay, so social studies includes history, civics, geography, psychology, and sociology. And we offer all of those here at Sullivan High School. And so some of these are electives and some of them are mandatory classes. The social studies required classes include world geography, which you will take your freshman year, which is 1 semester long. Early U.S. history is taken as a sophomore, and that is also 1 semester. Modern U.S. history is taken as a junior, and that is a whole year. And then we have civics, which can be taken any year, but Mr. Richter would highly suggest that sophomores or juniors take it. Just because of the rigor of that class, it is more difficult to take as a freshman. We do have several social studies elective classes. We have early world history and modern world history, psychology, sociology, and then AP US history. World history classes can be taken at any level, but is encouraged for those that are really interested in history, just because Mr. Richter does like to go in depth in those two classes, and he likes to have discussion. And if it's not something that you're crazy about, then it might not be the class for you. Psychology and sociology are classes that go over really the way that the mind works and the reasons why people do the things that they do. And this is an upper level class. It is usually taken in the junior or senior year. And then we have AP US History, or APUSH, and I teach that. It is a US History class for seniors. It's geared more towards college level history. And if you take the test at the end of the year, you can get a college credit for that. Now, a couple of things here just that I personally do. We do have student travel. I take students on trips to foreign countries each summer. Obviously, last summer, COVID kind of put a wrinkle into that, and not 100% sure what that's going to look like this summer. But I have taken kids to England, Paris, Rome, Athens. We've gone to Germany, we've gone to Switzerland, so several different locations around the globe. I usually send out a form asking students what their interests are and places that they would like to go, and then we go from there. Another activity that we do, or that I do, is student council. The student council is made up of 8 members from each class. We will send out petitions here in the spring, so any 8th grader that will be a freshman next year is encouraged to join the student council. We are very active. We actually meet weekly on Thursday mornings at 7:45. With the exception of the weeks leading up to homecoming, we do meet at 7:30. And we plan activities for the whole entire school year. Obviously, we are most known for homecoming, but we do things like fun nights, we do service projects, and we just do a variety of different activities. We also are very active in our district and our state. We currently have had the last 5 years, an officer at the district level. And this year we have a state officer, and plan on having someone run in the next year. So we are extremely active, and if you are interested in participating in that, we suggest that you take a petition in the spring. With that being said, I hope that all of you find your time at Sullivan High School here in the next few months exciting, and we look forward to seeing you.
My name is Ms. Crumweedy, and I have the awesome opportunity of being the agriculture teacher and FFA advisor here at Sullivan High School. I've had the chance to meet a few of you in your 8th grade year Discovery Agriculture class, but hope to have many more of you in addition to that group for Introduction to Agriculture next year. So Intro to Ag is our freshman level ag class, and it provides a preview of all of the other FFA opportunities and agriculture classes that you can take throughout your high school career. So our high school agriculture courses, in addition to Intro to Ag, are animal science, horticulture, agricultural engineering technology, and ag business and leadership. So in Introduction to Agriculture, you kind of get a preview of all of those classes, along with some other agricultural topics that we cover. And then Intro to Ag also provides that opportunity to be an FFA member. You do need to be enrolled in an ag class to be an FFA member. So for your freshman year, we have our first year members, or maybe second year if you did take ag in middle school. But in Intro to Ag, we cover all of the FFA opportunities that you can be a part of. So those opportunities obviously looked a little bit different this year, but generally we do have a lot of different competitions and opportunities to be out and about meeting FFA members from around the state and even the country. And we are a very competitive, active chapter and would love for you to be a part of it. So if you have any questions about agriculture courses or FFA, I would love to talk to you about those. You're always welcome to get a hold of me or email me anytime to ask those questions. But we would really love to see you next year in Intro to Ag. And I have a couple of upperclassmen who put together a fun video just to kind of showcase some of their opportunities in ag classes in FFA over this year, and they are excited to share that with you. So thank you, Natalie Boyles and Morgan Wallace, for putting together the following video. So if you have any questions about anything they talked about or anything that I've said, please feel free to reach out anytime. Again, I'm Miss Crumweedy, and I would love to see you next year. Thanks.
FFA. You enjoy agriculture and animals? Well, FFA and ag class is the place to be.
The first class you have to take to be in agriculture classes and FFA is Intro to Ag. In this class, you learn about all the basics, including our own FFA chapter, the state FFA chapter, and the national FFA. In Intro to Ag, you learn about everything, including aquaculture. We have our own aquaculture system here in the shop. You'll learn about all your SAEs for FFA. You'll learn about livestock and how they live, and you can even learn about plant science. If you enjoy plants or plant science, horticulture is the class for you.
If you like learning about animals, animal science is the class for you.
We are an ag business class, but this class is for juniors and seniors only. In this class, we are making our own candle company.
If you like learning about technology, ag engineering and technology would be the class for you. It counts as a science credit.
I'm a God-fearing, hard-working combine driver, hogging up the road on my plower, chug-a-lug-a-lugging 5 miles an hour on my international harvester to a farmer's daughter. I'm a God-fearing, hard-working combine driver, hogging up the road on my plower, chug-a-lug-a-lugging 5 miles an hour on my international harvester.
Hello freshmen, my name is Melissa Nichols and I am the high school art teacher here at Sullivan High School, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my Art 1 class, which you will be eligible to join next year if you sign up for Art 1. It is offered at 2 different times of the day. It is a year-long course and it serves as a prerequisite for my upper level classes. So everybody has to take Art 1 before they move on to any of my other art classes. A little bit about what we do in Art 1. You will use a large variety of materials. Obviously we'll be drawing, painting, and doing sculpture. You get to do 2 different sculptures with clay throughout the year, and then we have other forms of sculpture like paper mache and some cardboard relief sculpture and things of that nature. Drawing, we start out with drawing, and drawing pretty much serves as a foundation for the beginning of most projects that we do, whether it's a planning drawing or a drawing that you're submitting in the finished form. We talk about value, shading. We do a lot with paint. I'll just show you a few examples. Well, first of all, the thing that everybody needs is a 9x12, approximately 50-page spiral bound sketchbook. The reason I have you do spiral bound is simply because of the fact that these usually hold up better. And you'll have a weekly sketchbook assignment that you'll do in here and turn in for 20 points each. As far as drawing, here's an example of, this is a Zentangle landscape drawing, and you can see that there's lots of different types of lines that this artist used in their work, and it came out to be a pretty good composition. So there's an example of a drawing that we've done. Painting, we talk about different ways to use color, mixing colors, blending, and how to use color effectively for a strong composition. This is a monochromatic tree painting, and this artist chose one color and black and white to create this forest landscape scene. So this is a freshman project also that we do first semester. Here's another painting project where the artist is learning how to use contrasting colors or complementary colors, which are directly across from each other on the color wheel, so that you use a lot of contrast and your project is very bold and bright. And we talked a little bit about pop art and commercialism and the use of strong images to create a bold message. So that's another painting project. I also have an example of a coil pottery project, teaching kids how to hand build pottery using coils and blending the coils and then glazing that, so it'll be fired in the kiln, then it gets glazed, then it gets refired in the kiln, and you come away with a nice little ceramic pottery piece. Thing that we just currently finished was a chalk pastel pet portrait, and every student did a portrait of a pet that they found randomly or their own personal pet, drew it in chalk, and these are on display right now. I always display student artwork in the halls. It kind of gives students a chance to show off their work to their peers, and also, you know, to take a lot of pride in the things that they do. We work hard in here. We produce a lot of work throughout the year. There's not a lot of tests, but there is a lot of work involved with the processes that we go through to create art in here. So students that are willing to come in and do the work every day can come away with a lot of good projects, and we have a good time in here. It's a very relaxed setting, but at the same time, you get a lot. You come away with a lot. So hope to see you next year, and that's pretty much it. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Zoe Walton and I'm the current president for the Sullivan High School Spanish Club. This is my third year in this club, and I can say without a doubt that this organization is the most fun club that I have been a part of out of my entire high school career. It's so inclusive. There's always a fun activity going on. Senora King is a great leader and she's always trying to get you involved, meeting new people. She's a great role model, and so are all the kids in this club. It's a great way to get involved in your school and just have fun. It might seem a little intimidating at first with the new people and the new language, but I promise you it's worth your while. It's definitely been worth mine, and for that I hope you consider joining this club.
Hi, I'm Cassie Shore, and I think Spanish Club is a really fun club to join because you get to have a lot of fun reunions and meetings, and you get to learn a lot about different cultures and make things from different cultures, and it's overall just a really fun environment to be in.
Hi, my name is Reagan Kraus. I'm a senior at SHS, and I've been in the Spanish Club for 4 years now, and I'm currently serving as the Officer of Marketing, Publicity, and Public Relations. And being in Spanish Club has shown me a whole new world of people and customs outside of the small rural town that I've lived in all my life.
Hi, I'm Alexa Hauser. I'm secretary of the Spanish Club this year, and I absolutely love Spanish Club. We do a bunch of fun activities throughout the year. Taco night is the best. Oh my gosh, the rice, the tacos, so good. And we get to go to Chicago most of the time. So fun, so many memories, so many activities. And I think it's one of my favorite clubs that I've ever joined. So I definitely recommend do it.
escuchar el silencio, para encontrar el camino